Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's explore. Styal Mill. If you like coming down weird stairs that are made of cobbles, you can do a lot worse than come here. This is a beautiful building, isn't it? I think it's at least 25 years old because I remember coming here when I was a small child and it was here then. What I do like about it though, of course, is it's got a huge clock tower and a massive phallic symbol. Get in. Don't do second hand round here. No, second hand isn't posh enough. We do pre-loved books because that's posh. How close do you live to your works? It's not this close. Literally. If you like old waterworks, do a lot worse than come here because you've got that old waterwork there. Then you've got that kind of bridge tunnel thing which has got a big wheel cog thing on it as well. And then a bit further along you've got that. So it's a massive amount of cogs and wheels and things from the oldie days. Beautiful pond here, which is artificially made by badgers who built this dam a while ago. Badgers have been recently introduced into the wild in the UK and they've started building dams everywhere. And this is one of their earliest ones. And also from this angle as well, you can see that the mill is actually lower than the height of the valley. And that's because of the airport that's nearby. They didn't want the aeroplanes flying into the mill. So when they built the mill low down, which is very clever if you think about it. Here you get a better view of the Badgers Dam. And you can see that they've actually incorporated a waterfall as well, because we all know badgers like to be in a waterfall. They have this amazing slide that won't ever go on. I really do. Sadly though, it's closed at the moment. This rotundal thing is the thing that they used to store stuff in, and that was where they used to make the porridge for the workers in the mill. It's true. They have a mill shop as well, which is great, but there's only one mill to sell, and even then, it's closed at the moment anyway. Although there's not much chance of war for a while anyway. Well, hopefully, not now Donald Trump's gone or going. They still have the one bomb shelter here, just in case. Sadly though, they've lost the padlocks. Oops. Now you know I like a good bridge, and I'll be honest with you, this is a good bridge for a number of reasons. One is it takes you over some water, which is that water, which needs to be took over really, and also it's got holes in it. Look, how cool is that? It's a holy bridge, but the holes are in the right place, i.e. not where you walk, because that would be silly. So here we are on the back side of the mill. As you can tell, it's huge, massive, and it is lower than the sides of the valley, which is good. And it's even got another escape chute there for if you've got to get away quickly on a speedboat. You just pop out of there and then go under that lovely bridge that we were on a minute ago, and then you disappear to safety from whoever's trying to chase you. Probably someone from a different clothes shop or something who are making clothes that are better than yours, or I think they are anyway, but they're not because your clothes are brilliant. So from down here you can see that there are walkways going up the hills and some lovely gardens, although it's autumn, and a house, another house which you can buy probably, I don't know, and going up again the other side of the valley. So yeah, I think we should call this Valley Mill. So, going up the hill, and it's quite steep, I'll be honest with you, but we're near the top, so there you go. One disadvantage of building it in a quarry, I suppose. Some interesting architecture over there as well. You can see the house with the big windows. I think they're bigger than a shop window. Mind you, if it were a shop, they'd have to be shut, I suppose. Now, you know me, I like a pond. I do like a pond. And this is a very nice pond. It's got a big piece of wood in it as well, which is something else I quite like. And we've also got, well, to be fair, the pond supplies the water to the village, which is about a mile away from the mill. You can see why, because the noise of the kids in the playground is ridiculous. It disturbed the workers, so that's why they built it so far away. It's even got its own little church, which, well, they calls it a chapel, but I think it's a church. And the noise, remember this is a museum, so there's nothing here at all. So the noise you can hear are the ghosts of the children from the past playing Either that, or more realistically, it's going to be a sound effect that they've got speakers playing. You know, when they play noises of like Romans and all that kind of thing. It's going to be something like that, isn't it? But again, I'm not so sure. I think that might be where the sundial's supposed to go, but it's not working at the minute. If you're a worshipper or something similar of fairy tales, etc., and you needed to get out quick, which seems to be a lot of escape routes in these buildings around here, I've noticed, then here's your escape route out of the chapel. Although those stairs are incredibly steep. I mean, literally, it's like going up a ladder. If you like woods, and why would you not, then you can do a lot worse than come here. And even got the laziest tree in the world. Look at that one, it's having a lie down and leaning on another tree because it can't be bothered standing up on its own. Brilliant. And here are a row of very old cottages. You can tell that because it says old cottages. There is a shop here. It's a very big shop actually, and it spreads between the two rows of cottages. Sadly, it's closed at the moment. That's because of government guidelines things. You can tell these mills, even though they look old, are quite young because there's plenty of space for parking, which obviously they wouldn't have done if it was the older days because people only had horses and there's loads of fields just to chuck them in anyway. And this is the end of the road. Well, footpath. Next to some more old cottages and an old barn. There you go. So you want to come somewhere that's got creepy school kid noises playing in the background, which could be ghosts or probably just a speaker. You want somewhere where there's a hill that really knackers you out when you walk up and down it, with a mill at the bottom which is safe because it won't be crashed into by the aeroplanes in the airport nearby, and they've got old cottages. You can do a lot worse than come here to Styal. Till next time, goodbye! Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's explore. I do love a good ginnel. Or an alleyway, depending on what you want to call it. But there you go. That's a beautiful one, isn't it? It's even got an arch at the end of it. Oh, beautiful. I do love Styal and a mill as well.